Grant, with this bulldog mentality, immediately turns to what I call his naval soulmate, Andrew H. Foote, the naval commander of the Western Flotilla with ironclad gunboats.
So the two of them jointly made a proposal to General Halleck to move against Fort Henry.
They're begging Halleck, prodding Halleck, please turn us loose, let us go. And it's only by the slimmest margins that Halleck allows Grant to attack.
It's very different to be in charge. Command is an extraordinary privilege, and the weight of responsibility is very much on your shoulders. And Grant experiences this as he approaches Fort Henry.
So February the 6th, Foote's gunboats begin to shell Fort Henry.
The infantry is going to get behind each fort, seal in the Confederate defenders, while the Navy just pummels Fort Henry into submission.
Most of the Confederates had already evacuated Fort Henry, surrenders, before Grant's men even get close to the fort. The capture of Fort Henry was significant, but Grant is not going to sit and rest on his laurels. Fort Donelson was only about 12 miles to the east. He keeps the ball moving.
Grant's thinking, all I'll have to do is say boo and they'll surrender. And it doesn't really happen that way.
Fort Donelson was in a much better position, much better engineered than Fort Henry. An artillery duel began between the fort and his gunboats. And in short, the fort won.
The Confederates came out of the fort to counterattack. And the first thing Grant does is not panic. That's a pattern with Grant. No matter what happens, no matter how bad it gets, Grant doesn't panic.
In the midst of the battle, which is truly chaotic, Grant keeps his wits about him. He actually thinks. He can take inputs. He can change his mind.
At Fort Donelson, Grant will figure out these Confederates are moving with their knapsacks. They're not intending on going back. They're getting out of here.
Bring me that prisoner. Show me his bag. This looks like 2 days' rations. No, 3.
Looks like they're settling in to hold their position.
Looks like that, but it's a retreat. 3 days of rations is just enough to get to Nashville.
Sir, we should reinforce the right. Wait till nightfall.
If we wait, they'll have time to escape. We gotta attack now and we can take this victory. Form your lines.
Sir.
Form your lines! Form your lines! Prepare to advance!
You would not have taken the fort so easily if I'd been in command.
You're right. I would have done it differently.
Well, here we are, old friend.
Here we are.
About the terms you sent.
No terms. Immediate and unconditional surrender. Old friend.
The first real victory for the United States occurred at Fort Donelson in February of 1862, courtesy of Ulysses S. Grant, U.S. Grant. Useless Grant became unconditional surrender of Grant. And that thrilled the northern population. It was big news because nothing good had been happening for the Union in the war.
In the Eastern theater of the war, Lincoln is dealing with one whining, procrastinating general after another. But here's this Ulysses S. Grant out west who's winning battle after battle. And Lincoln is thrilled. He rushes to sign the order promoting Grant to Major General.
The first significant Northern victory of the Civil War will launch Grant to national prominence.